Hello. Today I will be deliberating a lecture on the topic themed as Spiritual Healing in Geriatric Care. I have primarily divided my lecture into four main sections. They are: firstly, I will try to explore the meanings of spirituality and geriatric care. I will then move on to the second section of my lecture, which focuses on the importance of spirituality among the elderly. The third section of my lecture will deal with the concept of successful aging. The fourth section will deal with the concept of spiritual healing among the elderly in different religions: Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, and Buddhism, which will be followed by a conclusion. The word spirituality comes from a Latin word spiritus, which means the breath of life. Each individual accords different meanings to the word spirituality. According to the Webster's Encyclopedic Unabridged Dictionary of the English Language, spirituality is defined as the quality or fact of being spiritual. Nagai Jacobson and Burkhardt identifies the meaning of spirituality as a unifying force or the prime principles followed by a person which leads to cohesiveness and integrity within the individual. Spirituality is such a force that is present within an individual. It creates a sense of meaningfulness and a purpose of one's living in his or her life. Benner defines the word spirituality as transpersonal awareness arising spontaneously or through meditative and other practices beyond ordinary explanations, and to which are attributed an inspiring and guiding meaningfulness, often attributed to a deity. According to Helen Lavretsky in his article Spirituality and Aging, traditionally spirituality was used to describe the deeply religious person, but it has now expanded to include the religious seeker, the seeker of well-being and happiness, and the completely secular person. The definitions of religion generally include an organized system of beliefs, practices, rituals, and symbols designed to facilitate closeness to the sacred and transcendent and foster religious communities. Spirituality encompasses religion but spreads beyond to promote an understanding of the meaning of life and an individual's relationship to the transcendent. Individuals involved in New Age spirituality frequently proclaim that they are spiritual but not religious. In this context, spirituality is the human awareness of a relationship or connection that goes beyond sensory perceptions. This relationship is perceived by each individual and is an expanded or heightened knowledge beyond or outside of his or her personal being. Spirituality was eloquently defined by Holmes as a human capacity for relationship with that which transcends sense phenomena. Spirituality is most often described in experiential terms, such as faith in God or a higher power, or integrating one's values and beliefs with behavior in daily life. It is associated with mystical experiences and New Age beliefs and practices. Although religiousness and spirituality describe different concepts, they are significantly correlated. Most people consider themselves to be both religious and spiritual. Their self-rated religiousness and spirituality are associated with frequency of prayer, church attendance, religious orthodoxy, and an intrinsic religiosity that uses religion as a guide for everyday decisions. On the other hand, geriatrics means caring for the health of the older adults. The term geriatric comes from the Greek word geron, meaning old man, and arthros, meaning healer. Geriatric means caring for older adults. Older adults have special healthcare needs that can make their medical care more complicated. More than half of adults aged 65 and older have 3 or more medical problems, such as heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, Alzheimer's disease, or high blood pressure. Caring for the older people with multiple health problems can be tricky, even for healthcare professionals who specialize in geriatrics, the medical care of older adults. For example, prescribing medications for a patient with multiple health problems is more complex. A drug that might be useful in treating one health problem can make another problem worse, and taking multiple medications can cause problematic drug interactions and side effects. Geriatric intends to advance well-being by checking and treating maladies and disabilities of the elderly population. The field of geriatrics is much more complex as it involves providing healthcare facilities to the elderly population who are generally involved with multiple health problems. The people who are involved with the care of the geriatrics are known as geriatrician. A geriatrician is a person who is exceptionally prepared to assess and deal with the different kinds of medicinal services and treatment towards the elderly population. Gerontology is different from the sphere of geriatrics. Gerontology is the study of elderly people living in the society, whereas geriatrics involves the care of the elderly from preventing their health degradation. Geriatric care not only involves providing health-related benefits, but also the overall social and psychological well-being of the elderly too. It helps them to cope with the problems of the aging. Aging is inevitable to each and every individual's lives, but with the geriatric care, the attitude of the elderly on aging changes in the positive direction, thereby giving them a beacon in life to live further with a positive bent of mind. According to a popular web portal named healthaging.organization, it is noted that geriatrics is known for its team approach to caring for older people and supporting their families and other caregivers. The geriatrics care team may include, but not to be limited to, any or all of the following professionals: geriatricians, nurse, physical assistant, social worker, consultant, pharmacist, nutritionist, physical therapist, occupational therapist, speech and hearing specialist, and geriatric psychiatrist, and so on. Spirituality is referred to as the deep sense of being. This assumes as an imperative part in Indian culture over all the ages. As one gets older, the part of spirituality becomes more specific. As one starts aging, at the same time, one's belief on spiritual existence also increases to a certain level. Numerous empirical studies have taken place which is related to the link between spirituality and aging. Spirituality helps people to establish a relationship with a higher force that is greater than them. According to Helen Lavretsky in his article Spirituality and Aging, it is noted that interest in spirituality and aging has increased recently, primarily owing to empirical research, overwhelmingly demonstrating the various health benefits of spirituality and religious participation. Spirituality moderates positive relationship with various measures of life satisfaction, psychological well-being, both physical and mental health, and is helpful in the quest for meaning and purpose in life. Understanding an individual's spiritual perspective becomes increasingly important given the issue of loss, physical illness, disability, and mortality that are confronted in old age. Increasing longevity in modern society puts the spiritual needs of the older adults at the forefront of societal priorities in providing care for the elderly. Nonetheless, Western society continues to struggle with anti-aging attitudes, which tend to ignore the talents and creative contributions of older adults, expressed in the lack of opportunities for either vocational retraining and employment or community service. Additionally, retirement communities catering to older adults tend to place an emphasis on activities rather than the spirituality of creativity. With the growing population of older adults, the role of an elder in the society should be expanded to enrich and give meaning to lives of its aging citizens. The Duke longitudinal study of aging found that religious attitudes and satisfaction remain the same with aging, but the correlation with happiness, feelings of usefulness, and personal adjustment increase. The notion that a spiritual perspective becomes increasingly important with aging adds a positive spin to the search for a positive death or a spiritual journey. In summary, spirituality appears to play an important and adaptive role in aging that seems to lead to a better quality of life and life satisfaction, as well as longevity in the older. Spirituality serves several purposes in different stages of life, which is similar to the concept of different needs and conflicts associated with different ages, as stated in Erickson's 8 stages of human development. In addition, Fowler recognized 6 stages of faith and also recognized the fact that individual development may stop at any stage. Intuitive projective faith, when child becomes aware of God. Mythic, the literal faith, when family specified perspectives and meanings of morals and God are internalized. Synthetic conventional faith, when faith is accepted without critical evaluation. Individuative reflective faith, when an individual's own belief is critically examined and reconstructed. Conjunctive faith, when disillusionment with that belief system sets in and one is caught between it and openness to other religious traditions. Universalizing faith brings oneness with the power of being or divinity, willingness to promote justice in the world, and fellowship with others, regardless of their faith stage or religious tradition. Koenig questioned Fowler's approach of applying cognitive stages of faith developments to older adults with low levels of education or physical cognitive dysfunction. Regardless of the differences in the theories of faith development, most emphasize faith development in late life after completion of all developmental cognitive stages. Spirituality is a lifelong developmental task, lasting until death. Although most studies have shown the positive effects of religion and spirituality on health, a few systematic studies have shown that religious involvement and spirituality are associated with negative physical and mental health outcomes. Religious beliefs can affect a person's health by encouraging avoidance of discontinuation of traditional treatments or leading to a delay or failure to seek timely medical care, such as transfusions or contraception, leading to higher mortality. In addition, religions can stigmatize those with certain diseases and prevent those from seeking proper medical care. On the other side of the coin, fanatic religious beliefs can affect physical and mental health adversely. Let us now look into the concept of successful aging. According to Harriet Mowat in his article Gerontological Chaplaincy, the spiritual needs of older people and staff who work with them, successful aging is a concept that is used a great deal in the research literature. This concept has generated a number of theories about aging which have been responsible for driving policy and practice. A few proposed theories are summarized below. The importance of activity, both mental and physical, spiritual opportunities and practices, search for coherence, integration, individuation, continuity across the lifespan, routines and rituals, good health, strength and vitality, the ability to manage change. The concept of successful aging, which emerged from the 1990s MacArthur Research Network on Successful Aging, brought about an interest in positive aging. Spirituality and religious participation are highly correlated with positive, successful aging, as much as diet, exercise, mental stimulation, self efficacy, and social connectedness, stimulating an interest in the understanding of why spirituality has such positive effects on the quality of life and end of life. Crowther et al. Proposed that positive spirituality is defined by developing an internalized relationship with the sacred and the transcendent world that is not bound by race, ethnicity, economics, or class, and promotes the wellness and the welfare of the self and others. This attitude is more positive and promotes self enhancing behaviors and beliefs. Rogers claims that the universality of religion is based upon the social function during the later years of life, such as helping to face inevitable losses and impending death, while also finding and maintaining meaningfulness of life. Older adults who are more religious tend to demonstrate greater well being than those who are not. However, Siffert warns against the sentiment of assuming that spirituality automatically increases with age. In those individuals, the success of their aging should be measured according to spiritual traditions of humankind that respect the role of an elder in the society. According to Bowling and Deep, theoretical and other additional definitions of successful aging include hope for a better life, life fulfillment and well-being, mental and psychological well-being, including cognitive function, personal development, adapting new things, physical well-being and functioning, autonomous working, psychological attributes and resources, including self-rule, control, freedom, versatility, adapting to changing situations, uplifting self-esteem, positive outlook, goals and sense of self. Social group and recreational activities, cohesiveness and support to participate. Social network support to cooperate and participate actively. Therefore, one can witness the fact that spirituality indeed promotes successful aging among the senior citizens. It is through spirituality that one tries to seek for one's spiritual self. Many elderly paves his or her way of spirituality through objectifying God. One of the foremost tasks of the geriatricians is to help the elderly to be facilitated and encourage them for being indulged in spirituality. Spirituality helps to promote successful aging by making them think about their own lives with a deeper sense of being. An elderly person feels easy to speak to God about his or her maladies, helps them to maintain a disciplined life. Worship and religious music helps the elderly to cope from their present illness, helps them to meditate and increases their concentration level. To sum up, spirituality do promote successful aging among the elderly in the present society, and the geriatrician takes the spiritual course of action as a viable option to bring about successful aging. Let us now look into the concept of spiritual healing among the elderly in different religions. Hinduism is the world's oldest living faith and third largest religion. It is practiced in many countries around the world, including by large populations in Southern and Southeast Asia, Europe, Africa, North America, and Australia. There is much diversity in the beliefs and practices of Hindus, with hundreds of diverse sects and no central doctrinal authority. As Hinduism grants individuals complete freedom to practice his or her religion as they choose, there are personal and cultural variations that make it difficult to provide definitive rules and regulations that apply to all Hindu patients. Because of these personal variations, it is important that healthcare providers consult the patient about their personal level of religious observance and practice. However, Hindu patients should not be regarded as a special group that require additional attention from healthcare providers. Due to the common Hindu beliefs of the karma, the belief that every action has a consequence which is experienced in this or future lives, and reincarnation, Hindu patients may display acceptance of difficult circumstances and be inclined to comply with the instructions of healthcare providers. Hinduism grants individuals complete freedom to practice his or her religion as they choose. As a result, it is important that healthcare providers discuss religious observance needs with each patient. Some topics that healthcare providers may wish to discuss with their patients include prayer and meditation, bathing and cleanliness, dietary needs and astrological beliefs. Hinduism as a religion directs its followers to treat the elderly with reverence in the society. The Hindu families in the earlier days were mainly joint families, where the aged were bestowed with respect and the decisions were considered to be the final for the welfare of the family. Hinduism as a religion promotes various spiritual healing methods for the elderly. The elderly are expected to follow various spiritual practices through which they believed to heal from the pathological conditions from which they are suffering from. Different spiritual practices involve applying tilak or pottu on the forehead. The human body is believed to emit electromagnetic waves. Thus, by applying tilak or pottu, the nervous system is believed to cool down, thereby healing the elderly and preventing the energy loss from their body. Ayurveda heals the elderly from numerous health degenerations. Ayurveda treats neurological or neurodegenerative disorders among the elderly. It helps to treat neuropsychiatric disorders such as anxiety neurosis, hypertension, bronchial asthma, osteoarthritis, hemorrhoids, menopause syndrome, insomnia, and so on. Hindu spiritual practices encourage the practice of meditation, by which the elderly can have a focus in the objectives of their life and can gain hope. Meditation also brings about mental peace among the elderly, promotes their concentration level, and helps them to retain their hope even after the completion of all the major objectives of their life during their old age. The practice of yoga also promotes healing among the elderly citizens of the world. Doing exercise is one of the crucial aspects of healthy aging. Thus, yoga gives the benefit of movement without any strain. It reduces their chances of suffering from chronic diseases by 40%. It increases their flexibility. Among the elderly women, yoga reduces discomfort related to their menopause. Yoga promotes better bone health among the elderly. It keeps the mind sharp and helps them to focus on their lives, thereby promoting successful aging. Spiritual healing is also obtained by reading the holy scriptures of the Hindus, that is Bhagavad Gita. It promotes self-realization and gives them a deeper understanding of death and loss in the lives of human beings. It asks the followers to pray to the powers of the Almighty as God will listen to his or her prayer, thereby promoting healing among the elderly. Sacred verses acts as the healing sounds in the Bhagavad Gita, which is believed to promote healing among the elderly. Thus, different Hindu religious texts do promote healing among the elderly. According to Shahina Siddiqui, healthy spirituality is based on hope, mercy, and acceptance. It includes self-care, care for others, and care for the community. It empowers and encourages positive attitudes, nourishes healthy perspectives, and discourages negative thought patterns. According to Nazila Izgandrodova, writing in the Yale Journal for Humanities in Medicine, Islam regards both health and illness to emanate from God, closely linking the art of healing to worship. The one who practices the art of healing does so for the sake of God's pleasure. In this context, both provider and recipient become united through a spiritual bond. Beyond that, effective spiritual care is there for the whole team: physician, institutions, caregiver, family, and community. In caring for the aging, Siddiqui posed these principles: maintain the individual's dignity, rely on spiritual strength, allow for spiritual expressions. The Muslims believe in the concept of afterlife. This makes the senior citizen, the community, to be devoted to religious rituals and follow the spiritual line in order to heal themselves. They mainly resort to various healing practices. The few are as follows. The Muslim elderly choose their salah or prayer with proper understanding of the recitation, as it is believed that without having any knowledge of what a person is reciting, his actions are not considered spiritual in nature. It is also believed that God rewards those who put up with their suffering with tolerance and faith in God's mercy. Thus, sickness is considered as a means to a closer association with God, the healer. The elderly in Islam generally resort to reading the Quran, by which they gain mental peace and satisfaction, thereby lifting their soul up and encouraging them to live further in life through the spiritual line. The concept of ibadat and its practice is considered by the elderly in the society to be one of the essential elements of their life, thereby promoting mental healing as they feel themselves to be close to God and His holy blessings. The elderly believe in the concept of dua. Many a times before going for an essential work, the younger ones at home seeks the dua of the elderly, as they are treated with great reverence as per Islamic laws. Christianity is a system of belief among the Christians who maintains that God exists in three forms: the Trinity, that is Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. It is one of the most popular religions in the world, embraced by a large number of followers. The belief of the Christians is that Jesus Christ is the Son of God, who came on this earth acting as the Messiah to the people of the world. He came on this earth to save humanity from the shackles of the sin. The Bible is consistent and clear in its message about those who are least able to fend for themselves. In the Old Testament, God mentions widows and orphans among those who should be singled out for special care and protection. Similarly, God reserves special wrath for people who would take advantage of either the blind or deaf, making their well-being a matter of justice. There are different spiritual practices that are followed by the Christian elderly in order to attain healing. Prayer is the best sought ways to attain healing through the spiritual line by the elderly. Many elderly believe that confessing their inner thoughts in the confession room will make feel lighter from within. It helps them to live the rest of the life with new hope and expectations. It removes all the guilt from them and helps them to lead a better life ahead. Christians believe that faith on Jesus Christ is the foremost ways of attaining healing from their pathology. The elderly read the Holy Bible, from which they gain inner strength by learning about the suffering of Jesus Christ for His followers. The senior citizens believe of not giving up hope on the miracles of Jesus Christ, as they believe that Christ cannot bear the suffering of His followers. Therefore, true devotion towards Lord Jesus Christ helps the elderly to find a new ray of hope to survive against all odds. Buddhism is one of the Asian spiritual tradition. It is one of the most flexible traditions, which is dynamic to the changing times but maintains its core values. The religion had its birth holding the hands of Siddhartha Gautama, who is known as the historical Buddha, who was born in North India in the 5th century BCE. After the death of Gautama, his teachings gradually made his followers to spread his teachings around the globe, thereby leading to the rise of a new religion, that is Buddhism. Buddhist practice is also about technique and discipline. The technical methods and procedures used in Buddhist practice are found in the Eightfold Path. The Eightfold Path is right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. Discipline in Buddhism is the control gained by the practice of training precepts and meditation. The potential for suffering is found in every human desire, according to the Buddha. To end our suffering, we need to end our desire for existence, for non-existence, and for sense pleasure. Nirvana is the end of suffering because it brings an end to those desires and cravings. It also brings an end to our karma and all future rebirths. His pragmatic approach includes the insistence on proper hygiene and medicine, but more to the point, he never resorted to what might be considered faith healing. Instead, he offered rational practical instruction for dealing with both physical injury and mental illness. The Buddhist approach to health and healing is its emphasis on spiritual practice. Buddhism asserts that spiritual practice makes it possible for an individual not only to see opportunity for practice in the face of adversity, including sickness and injury, but use the opportunity for personal transformation and transcendence. Buddhist practice allows for a deep awareness of cause and consequence and insight into the nature of conditioned interdependence. Choice and practice are the two factors that Buddhist patient has most control over. As a result of precept practice, meditation practice, and skillful choice, the Buddhist patient suffers less and has a greater sense of confidence and well-being. Practice can replace the feelings of being a victim from being a victor. Geriatric care is sought for in Buddhism because of the concept of filial piety. By this, since the child's birth, the parents take care of their child. Now, when the child grows up, it is the responsibility of the elderly to take care of their elderly parents. Buddhism thus promotes spiritual healing among the elderly in the following ways. There are various spiritual means by the elderly can attain the blessings of healings, such as offering homage to Lord Buddha. Respecting Lord Buddha and his teachings is one of the most sought for ways by the elderly to attain his blessings, thereby getting healed from their physical or mental maladies. Meditation is another mechanism to attain healing by the elderly followers of Buddhism. It makes the person to ward away different feelings of envy, anger, as well as illusions, which act as poison within the person. According to Buddha, liberation is the outcome of healing. The 10 perceptions put forward by Buddha on healing are based on the impermanence, egolessness, pollution of the body, evil consequences, abolition of sensual pleasures, aloofness, cessation, disillusionment with the entire world, and impermanence of all things, and mindfulness of breathing. Prayer is another medium opted by the elderly followers of Buddhism to attain healing. The senior citizens mostly resort to praying as a medium to attain healing. Therefore, it can be portrayed through the above mentioned facts that the last phase of one's life, that is the old age, must be handled properly by the members of the family as well as other geriatricians in the society. There are different associations as well as non-profit organizations that are thriving in the society with the sole objective of providing geriatric care. These organizations, as well as the elderly themselves, make the elderly spiritually inclined in order to accrue benefits from it and thereby promote successful aging in the society. Thank you.